The fascination of China's steam railways is that they're a chance to witness unmuseumed trains hauled by steam locomotives doing the job they were designed for, the grit, spit and fire of a working railway. The forests of Manchuria, north of Harbin, are the source of traditional timber trades. The timber areas around Langxiang are crisscrossed by some estimated 500 miles of 600mm narrow gauge railway lines, all steam worked by a standard design. Much of the system is still unexplored, though with the willingness of the local authorities to provide special trains and access, it won't be long before cameras and notebooks reach the outer limits of the system. For the present time, visiting faces raise the attention of local people in the intense cold. These 080 locos comprise of types from a mixture of origins, and there are Soviet, Polish, Czech and Finnish makes. Harbin, the narrow gauge loco works maintains locos for the forest narrow gauge systems. They build 10 new locos and service many more each year. £6,500 could secure you a brand new, ready-to-drive locomotive at Harbin's famous steam locomotive workshops. A further location at Tay Lee reveals more narrow-gauge locos from a fleet whose total numbers have not yet been determined. Back on the main line, there are other attractions too. 462's RMs in action. The occasional industrial discoveries included this JF with Giesel-type ejector. The QJ, with certain Russian design characteristics, is China's most modern steam locomotive. The class sees service on both heavy freight and passenger services today, taking over the services previously allocated to the SL Pacific class. 1985 and 1986 makers' plates for these 220-ton powerhouses were observed during this visit in 1986. Some 4,000 and more of the class have been built since construction first commenced, with prototypes from Dalian in 1956. Occasionally, there are opportunities for the enthusiast to experience shed scenes that can be found nowhere else in the world. This is Sui Ha. One of the most evocative of shed locations to see steam in is Changchun Shed. Changchun is a kind of crossroads in the rail system of northeast China, a crude junction if you like. A place where steam and vapour do battle with cold of such intensity that leaves working locomotives bedecked with blades of ice. This Chinese-built JF number 2422 has been shortened for ease of use as a depot pilot at Changchun Shed. Out on the main line, freight is the main steam-headed load. The diesel class seen here on passenger duties is a DFH3 class. But diesel, with all its conveniences, will never have the same fiery spirit so epitomised by steam locomotives in action on the main line. Watching the trains go by is the best way to appreciate the power generated. Almost American outlines cutting through the scenery conjure up experiences in another time and place. Nowhere else in the world can you see 1986 built locomotives on freight in 1986. Cities like Anshan, south of Harbin, with a population of over 1 million, have a skyline of blast furnace chimneys emitting clouds of red smoke and ash and giving the town a permanent dust storm of red pollution. The steelworks is the principal employer in the city, creating occasional bicycle rush hour chaos. The scene is filled with SY 282s, still in production at Tangshan. Otherwise 262 YJs. The movement of hot slag and molten waste can generate a cauldron of activity to view. The occasional 060 tank in the XK class series provides an unusual and rare type to view both here and at other industrial locations. As the smelting continues 24 hours a day, iron and steel ooze their way into moulds fitting for tomorrow's China. Will it be steam or diesel, though, that are the end result? Not too much of an encouraging sign are these recently delivered General Motors diesels. steam will always be the major attraction. These views show Dalian-bound trains out of Anshan. This SL class arriving at Anshan is heading south. We, however, return north now to the coal mining. Such characteristics can make travel an experience, like the all-Chinese destination boards and, of course, electric action. Here, a KD-6 or S1940s type, one of the last of 4 at Fushun, is shown off. It is from a standard USA stable. Way duties. Electrics, like this Skoda triple unit of late 1950s vintage, are the norm on Fushun's vast 1500 volts DC system. With such availability of cheap coal and labour resources, steam power may be evident in China for many years to come. However, the older classes, like this JF seen at Bengsi, are retired for stationary boiler usage alongside works and factories. Here too, this early SL seems doomed to be almost buried in the foundations of Bengsi's new diesel shed. A sad and undignified burial for one dragon. Others, though, like this USA Porter TC, will soldier on, belching fire and flame, snorting steam and soot, like a dragon itself, hastening by their feverish activity, maybe their own end. China's railways have no more worthy a dynasty than their own dragons of steam.